Hey everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Comic Book Wednesday. What we have for you today is this Hasbro Marvel Legendary Series, Marvel's Binary, another Walgreens exclusive. And if you saw my review on Quasar, card and link, you'll know that I really regret passing up on Nova right now. I had Nova in my hands, I could have gotten him, but I put him back down, and then I got Quasar, and now I got Binary, and I'm pretty sure Nova is sold out. And I shouldn't have passed up on that because I am collecting. I'm not a big collector of Marvel Legends, but I do collect the cosmic heroes like Binary, like Quasar, like Marvel. Those guys need to get a Silver Surfer, like all of the classic cosmic heroes. And I passed up on Nova, and I don't know why, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Marvel's Binary. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is what Binary originally looked like, and she was a experiment, a morphing, an altering of, at the time, Ms. Marvel. And it was done by the Brood, I believe. And this is what she looked like. Now, in the modern storyline, I think Binary has split from Captain Marvel, and so you got Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and you have Binary as her own entity now. But originally, she was a modified version of Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers. So on the front, it's our basic Marvel Legendary Series, black, window, see everything inside, figures and accessories. On the side, a really nice piece of artwork of Binary in flight. Same thing on this side, and on the back, we get a much better view. Almost looks like the Phoenix Force, to be completely honest. Yeah, and right here it says Marvel's Binary. An alien experiment conducted by the Brood transforms Carol Danvers into Binary, a being who can tap into unprecedented cosmic power. And Binary was a while ago. I think Binary was the 80s. And I'm not 100% certain I remember correctly, but I think she could tap the power of a star. Like, she could basically drain a star. Almost was like the second coming of the Phoenix Force, if I remember correctly. But yeah. That's what we have, so let's get this box open, let's see what's inside, and let's take a look at Hasbro Marvel Legends Series Marvel's Binary, Walgreens exclusive. Okay friends, here she is, Binary out of the box, and let's put the tape measure to her, and we will see how she measures up. And coming in at the top of her head, she is just a hair over 6 inches tall to the top of her head, maybe 6 1/8. But to the top of her spiky flame dew right here, she is roughly 6 3/4 tall. So, the first thing we're going to talk about before we even bring her forward is that this is complete reuse, and you'll see that when we get closer. I don't have very many Marvel Legends figures, you probably know that, but one that I just so happen to have is Psylocke, and this is Psylocke from the Nimrod 3-pack, and as far as I can remember, all versions of Psylocke were basically the same body so far. We haven't gotten an updated version yet. But this body is basically a complete repaint of Psylocke's body, just with a new head sculpt and some new hands and some new accessories. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, just don't expect anything new. Because not being a Marvel Legends collector, when I opened this up and I pulled Binary out of the box, my first thought was, this body feels old. It feels like an older design, even compared to some of the newer Marvel Legends female figures that I've picked up, like Black Widow here, the movie series Black Widow. Like, this feels older than that, and that's what made me get my Psylocke out, and I realized this is the same figure. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the articulation on Binary. First of all, her head does do a full 360 spin. She has some really great tilt to her head. She can look down real well, and because of the hinge and the hinge joint and the ball joint, she can really look up, which is great for a flying character whenever she's in those flying poses. Like, you can definitely see that this head gives you enough articulation that you can get it across that she's looking up while she's flying. Now her arms will do a full 360. They will come up past 90. There's no butterfly joint in the shoulder here. There's no bicep swivel either. There is a single jointed elbow that is a hinge and swivel. And her wrists, of course, pivot and tilt in and out. Nothing at the waist, but she does have this ab twist right here that it's not really an ab crunch, that like you can go back. Wow, you can really crank back. So that will help with the flying poses as well. Okay, so you can really crank back on that. Doesn't go forward too far, but this is where you're going to get your waist twist from. Okay. Now her legs, not great. That, I don't think they drop down either. No, that is as far as the legs will go. But they'll go forward all the way. They'll go back. She does have thigh swivel right there. Double jointed knees with some really good travel to them. No boot cut, much like Psylocke. Ankles will go back, ankles will go forward, and we have a forward facing pin for some rocker. Okay, now taking a look at the Sculpt in the Paint app, like I said, this figure is basically Psylocke from neck to toe. You can see that in the shape and the design, especially in the legs and the feet. This is totally Psylocke. The only thing I don't get, though, is that, let me get Psylocke's hands and her belt out of the way, that Psylocke seems to seat in there much better than what Binary is doing. I don't know if maybe that's wear on the mold, if things just aren't buttoning up right anymore, but it just looks like Binary's legs don't exactly sit in the joint as well as Psylocke's do. But past that, like, this is totally the same body. But the face sculpt is new, obviously, and that I really do like. I love the coloring. I love the look that they've managed to put, like, this intense look and these pupilless eyes, these burning white eyes, and this translucent plastic fiery hairdo thing that she has going on. Right in here at the base of the head, it's very tough, it's very rigid, but the ends are plastic and very soft, so they're not going to snap and they're not going to hurt or poke or do anything. But I really like how that's done up. I really like the look of that. Her paint app going down the body isn't bad either. I like how the flames are sort of painted in like this on her thighs and on her arms. I honestly don't remember. It has been so long. I honestly don't remember if this is the original look of Binary, and I haven't seen the new look. So I don't know which one this is. Like, in my mind's eye, I'm looking at this and I recognize this as Binary. But I honestly can't tell you if this is what she originally looked like back in the 80s or the early 90s. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Unless in the comic it was basically she was just like all flame, like the Phoenix or like the Human Torch or something like that, and they're trying to translate that into figure form without basically making a female version of the Human Torch. One thing I missed when I was doing the comparison, I didn't notice this until after when I was taking photos, she has these two peg holes in back, this half round and this octagonal, which Psylocke does not have. And like I said, I don't collect enough Marvel Legends figures to know where that's from. So if anybody knows like what figure that actually comes from, let me know down in the comments. I still maintain that this is all Psylocke's body, but I'm curious as to what those peg holes are for. Out of the box, Binary comes standard with these type of hands, which are basically now Marvel's female power manifestation hands. She also comes with a pair of clenched fists. For accessories, Binary comes with a pair of these swirling energy effects that would fit on her forearms. We've seen these before. But she also comes with a pair of these fiery orbs, which I don't know if we've seen before. These fit over her fists and basically give her a look of like a flaming, of a flaming punch. Let's bring Binary in over here, and you can see she has her fist out, and there's a hole right in there, and it basically just pushes in, plugs right in like that, and she wears it like a boxing glove. It works better, it looks better whenever you pair it up with one of these. You'll see that in the photos. Now for size comparison, here she is next to the other Walgreens exclusive that I have, Quasar and Captain Marvel. And here she is beside two Marvel Legends female figures that I happen to have, Psylocke, who you've seen already, and the Black Widow movie series, Black Widow. Here she is beside Marvel Select comic Thanos and Lady Death. Here she is beside Lanyard Toys City Hunter Predator and Xenomorph Drone, because she would totally go against these guys. And finally, here she is beside Jazzware's Wicked Cool Toys, Spartan Collection, Master Chief, and Noble 6. So while I'm not completely wowed and overwhelmed by this character, I am very glad that we got Binary. The body, as I said, is old. It feels old. It plays old, if that makes any sense. Like, whenever I'm moving it around, she definitely feels like an older figure. However, I am very glad that we got her, because truthfully, I wasn't sure we were ever going to get this version of Binary after the MCU basically made Binary was when Captain Marvel went Super Saiyan. So I am very, very glad that we got this incarnation. This is the original one. This is the one that I originally read. This was the one that I had some attachment to, and this is the one that I wanted to add into my collection. So yes, I'm happy we got her, and I'm not complaining about that. It's just be very aware that this figure, if you can get your hands on her, because she is a Walgreens exclusive, does feel like an older figure as soon as you even pull her out of the packaging. I do like the paint apps. I think those look slick. I think they look pretty good. I do like the face sculpt on it and that flaming hairdo that she has. The accessories are decent. I would have rather had some sort of power manifestation rather than the flaming fists. Maybe something, I don't know, where like something with the energy was actually coming out of her hands like she was blasting something. I don't know. I appreciate that they gave us something new, though. I do appreciate that, because I think we've gotten something new with both Quasar and Binary now, and I am really, really regretting passing up on Nova. I may have to check out online and see if I can find him, as long as he's a reasonable price. Other than that, being a Walgreens exclusive, she is kind of hard to find. Even if you go online on the Walgreens app or the Walgreens webpage, she's sold out online. You can't get her shipped anywhere. You might be able to find her in a few stores here and there, so if you do want her and you're looking for her, good luck with that, in all honesty. Just as a quick side note, remember, tomorrow is the 24th. Halo comes out. Halo starts on Paramount+. I am being cautiously, very cautiously optimistic about how the show is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on it like I did with He-Man or Revelations. I don't know. I think it's all going to depend on how much it resonates with me, because you all know I love me some Halo. So maybe we'll do a review on that. If we don't, I will see you back here probably Saturday with something new to take a look at. So until then, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.